Oh, get my headphones on. Make sure my streaming software work. There it goes. Let's get a cough drop going. And then we'll get the bags. Alrighty. Okay. Okay. Just notified people that we are live, which is always good. Hello, Mio Lammers. So, I have... Hello. I have things to show off today. Because I think they're really cool. So I have some things to show off. We're gonna dupe. And whoa. There we go. We're gonna move that so that way we're right here, because some of these things are pretty dinky. And we'll get the bigger thing. Actually, you know what? We'll get the one thing out of the way first, because obviously, like, there's RID guys right here, like Scourge, Sideburn, and Skybite. The new Skybite. But the character that I wanted to talk about was Rail Racer. This is just for a moment. My Rail Racer is not complete, thus we are not going to be doing a review on him just yet. But soon we'll be going to be doing a review on Rail Racer once I get Rapid Run. So probably mid January is when we're going to be doing a Rail Racer review, just because then I can get the Rapid Run. I can afford it then, but it might be pushed back, or I might just do one with an incomplete Rapid Run, because he's honestly not that important. But you might be noticing there's an exposed ball joint here. I have spent some time trying to rebuild this Rail Racer. I got the first piece from a friend of mine, and then I was able to get the vast majority of what you see here for about $40 at a local store. And after yesterday, after kind of fiddling around and putting together all the best parts from both the replacement one of this that I got, which included some pieces that didn't have the arms, but it did have some pieces here, and it had replacement legs, and it had the head, because neither this guy nor this guy had the head, and then also cobbling together the arms for this guy. I have the final piece for Midnight Express. So I'm going to open that off camera. It is right here. I'm just gonna cut into the corner here and then cut off the bottom. And there it is. There is the final piece for Midnight Express. It is, of course, the left or right arm of Midnight Express, and it's gonna go on right there, and there we go. And that's actually in really good shape. So that finishes Midnight Express. He has both his arms now. Rail Racer has his hip skirts. There we go. Midnight Express is handled. So absolutely fantastic combiner. This is amazing, and it's been a grail figure of mine for a long time. It is like the last, aside from Ruination, this is like the last combiner and the final Autobot combiner that I wanted to pick up. So having him in, I mean, this is basically complete. Like, he doesn't have the weapons, and Rapid Run is in really rough shape, but I mean, Rapid Run doesn't fulfill that big of a requirement other than just holding Midnight Express and Railspike together. So that's pretty happy to me. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. And he's also a really good combiner for his era. He's fantastic. Mia wants to show, I actually did a full review for Sideburn, so if you want to see this, and if you want to see me talk about this more, there is a full review for this guy. Which, yeah, this is just the Collectors Club Sideburn figure, but it was broken at the hips, this hip specifically, so I replaced the crotch assembly, the hips. thank God, older toys like this, they use screws. Same thing with him. So they're actually really easy to swap parts between. But there we go. That's Rail Racer. Really, really happy to have this, and really, really glad that I'm in it for the cost that I'm at currently, and that might just be enough for me, because at the cost I'm at right now, I can live without Rapid Run, or I can just wait until I find someone who has like a Rapid Run for cheap. All right. Setting those off to the side, let's talk about new stuff. I got some new stuff today. I went to the flea market today, where there was a booth that does have Transformers fairly often. So I decided to pick some up. They had a few there. Some of these are open, some are not. Let me get. Let me throw away some of these boxes here. Okay, so we got those two, and then those, and this, and there's the blast effect. Okay, it had the blast effect in there. All right, so going with the open things first. We got some more MicroMasters. Whoop. This is the Decepticon Military Patrol. This is Bomb Shock and Growl. They look pretty good. This guy looks way darker on camera than he does in person. That's kind of crazy. This guy's great. These are both fantastic little MicroMasters. Some of the better ones from, I believe these are Earthrise ones. So some of the better ones from the Earthrise lineup. Transformation on them is also really, really simple. So you just take Bomb Shock's turret and rotate it all the way around. And then swing these out. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just leave it like that. I don't know. Either way, you do that. Oh. And then you take the arms and slide them down. He's based on like that fire truck. The fire truck MicroMaster. They have like the same transformation. And there we go. There's Bomb Shock. I think he actually has a head. Yeah, and then you can fold this down. Yeah, he has a head swivel too, which is pretty impressive. Does he have a waist swivel? He does. He actually has quite a bit of articulation for a MicroMaster. That's really nice. And he looks really good. As far as, you know, MicroMasters go, he looks very, very solid. We can set him off right there. Oh no, come on, Bomb Shock. There we go. And Growl, Growl's legs just fold out. His arms fold out, and then the backpack comes down. The head flips up. And then I think that's really it. And then you can take the gun and peg it into his arm. So he has... That almost came unclipped. There we go. So that way he has that. And separate the legs. Does he have heels? He has the built-in MicroMaster style heels. There we go. There's Bomb Shock and Growl. I like MicroMasters. I enjoy picking up the Earthrise and Siege ones. So, and these ones are pretty good. I had heard really good things about the Decepticon Military Patrol, so getting these are pretty nice. They will look amazing in Donut Town, or with Glaggle Rock. Either way, maybe they can hang out at Glaggle Rock. It'll be amazing. They're fun. They're fun. They're cute. They're nice. They're MicroMasters. They didn't have to be amazing. The other thing I got, and this is for a customs project, this is for my custom blaster bots, is the blowpipe, I think this is, which is a Target Master. Got this for some of my customs, so this will eventually be customized into the accessory partner for one of them. It looks a lot like, I believe, the torso is shared with Aimless and the other one, and then the arms and legs, like this is straight up like just a repaint of one of the other ones, and then Aimless has a new back piece, new arms, and new legs. So this will get recolored at some point to be one of the blaster bots, Target Masters. I got it because it was cheap, and this actually so both those guys and this were 10 bucks. So those were 10 bucks. This was 10 bucks, and this guy goes for like 18 to 25 from what I've seen online. So I was like, well, 10 bucks, I'll pick it up. And he was complete. He had his blast effect, which is a pretty nice blast effect. I actually quite like this one. Especially for like stuff like the tank, like the Micromaster tank. It would look like it looks really, really good. So the blast effect is actually pretty useful, I think, as just being a blast effect. I really like that one. So a welcome addition. But yeah, those are the newest on the newer end. So fantastic little additions. More Micromasters that are amazing and that I can lose, and then a Target Master for my growing customs projects. The other two things, and I kind of regret getting these, but they're also kind of cool. And I'll grab the things that I like. One of the reasons I do get third-party stuff, just not very often. It has to be something special for me to get third-party stuff. Thank you for asking, Calvin. I got these. For those who don't know, these are the Prime Armor Prime Masters from Power of the Primes. These are kind of old at this point. They had, was it 3 of them? They had a few of these there. They had this one, which is Vector Prime, and they had Liege Maximo, which is Skullgrin, and then they had, who was the other one? I think it was Micronus, who I don't know who his armor was, but I got these two. They also had the Titan Master Steeljaw, or Titan Master Ramhorn, which looked really good. But I got these two because I actually have. So this one's armor is based on Metal Hawk, and this one's based on Skullgrin, which they actually made new versions of. So let me grab those real quick because they're both just like right over here. So we have Metal Hawk from Legacy. Put him down there, and then let me grab Skullgrin. And there is Skullgrin. So, obviously, Metal Hawk. Like, let's just get these open, yeah. Eeny, meeny, miny. Let's go with Metal Hawk first. The Prime Masters aren't the most amazing things. I do have Prima Prime that came with Punch Counter Punch. I do have that one. So this handle just folds between the feet, and then you want to take this piece and just clip it onto the back, and just punches in right there, and that's going to form that. So there we go. There is the Prime Armor, which is based on Metal Hawk's Pretender Shell. And kind of pan up and back. And there's Metal Hawk with the little Pretender Armor Shell. And does this have elbows? Looks like it might. Nope, it does not. Looks like those are just glued in or molded like that. But yeah, pretty neat. Pretty neat. And much like the classic Pretenders, you can just open up the front end, take the Prime Master, which in this case is Vector Prime, pretty cool, and load him up, and you can even see his little Titan Master face in there, which is kind of neat. I don't know, it's kind of fun. The Prime Master armors, I never had any of these. I've seen them a couple places, but they didn't have like their Prime Masters in them, so. And then there is the Vector Prime Matrix thingy. Kind of neat. I'll grab Prima Prime in a second. I like the colors on this guy, though. But yeah, it definitely helps that it's, you know, like Metal Hawk, because then, like, it immediately has somewhere to go. So you can also totally just take this and tab him in right here. So he's, like, sitting on it, I think. Is that how? Oh, no, you fold it over. Okay, so you like hook in the Matrix power right there and fold that handle down, and then Now Metal Hawk has a blaster. So that's, I mean, I'm fine with this. I'm going to put the Vector Prime and Prima Prime on my Autobot leader shelf, so is what it is. I think it's neat. It's kind of neat. It's not my favorite thing, obviously. It's just an accessory for a figure that I already had. And again, $10, and these have started to creep up in price, I've noticed. I think it's mainly because we don't get the 13 very often. We don't get figures of the 13. The other one I got was Skullgrin, as you saw earlier, so let's move him back. And I have Legacy Skullgrin here, who does have a free hand on one side. So let's try... This one's pretty taped up. Definitely looks like it was resealed. But you do have the Prime Master right there. You can see it on the back. Definitely was part of a display at some point with all the tape on the back. There we go. Did I get the instructions? Yes, I did. Alright, cool. I like keeping the instructions for my figures now. I have a little stack of them going on. Alright. The Skullgrin armor, which, I mean, so unlike, hang on. Let's get the attachment back on there. Alright, and we'll look at Liege Maximo in just a moment. But as you can see, I mean, like, that's pretty close. They both have the skull belt buckle with the white side skirts, and then the big skull head and the gray chest. Gray feet. Pretty close, all things considered. I mean, it's not bad. Of course, you can open it up, take Liege Maximo, tuck him in there, and close it up. And unlike Metal Hawk, you can't really see inside of the Skullgrin armor. And Skullgrin makes like a claw, like a Wolverine claw, which is kind of cool. Of course, come here, Liege Maximo, get out of there. There we go. So give me a moment. I only have one other of these. Like little Prime Master guys, and that's Prima Prime from the Punch Counter Punch set. So of course, if you want to take some of these and kind of switch them around. Oh, got Vector Primes on the back there. You can. So you can take Prima, pop them in there. Then you got Prima Prime and the Metal Hawk armor. Oh, of course, Mio likes the little Skullgrin, the little gargoyle. Of course, she likes that one. Fun fact: I think Mio will also like this too. Liege Maximo is typically based on Loki, and his appearance is typically that of the Nordic god of Loki. So that's kind of cool. I don't know how into Loki Mio is, but seems like she'd like that thing. But yeah, of course Mio likes the little gargoyle. But yeah. So we got Prima. So out of the 13, I now have 3. Don't attack Mio. But yeah, out of the 13, I now have 3, that being Prima, Liege Maximo, and Vector. I used to have the big Cybertron Vector Prime. And the other thing, of course, we can take Liege Maximo, fold them into their Matrix form, boom, boom, and we can get them to power the Skullgrin Claw. Now, they are Titan Master compatible for some reason. I don't fully know like why. I think it's literally just like a thing, just like a budgetary thing. Give the claw to Skullgrin, and there we go. Skullgrin has his Skullgrin Liege Maximo claw. But it's kind of cool to like put the Pretender shell with the little robot, especially because like this is supposed to be like human size, so that's kind of neat. Like, I don't know. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to have. I'm also a big fan of like characters wielding themselves as weapons. I think that's funny. So we'll take Vector Prime, go back over to Metal Hawk, and we'll put. And of course, if you want to use other primes to power the weapons, of course, you can take Prima Prime and use her power the weapon. I don't know if Prime has a girl. I'm just assuming. I haven't read a lot of the lore for those, but yeah, I'm probably just gonna end up taking the little Prime Masters and sticking them on my Autobot leader shelf, and then just letting the larger guys use the weapon, because I think they're cool. I think these are really, really cool things to have, as far as like trinkets, essentially. Just little like, oh, check it out, I have the 13 primes. Oh yeah, they're fucking this. Oops, I said the bad word. One thing I will notice about these is, unlike the Titan Masters and Prima has a belly screw. These have pins, so you can't use these as Titan Master bases unless like you kind of destroy the figure. It's kind of insane that way. But yeah, they're neat. They're neat as little Matrix core things. And if you have the Power of the Primes, Optimus or Hot Rod or whatever, then of course, you know, these all fit in that Matrix. They all fit in that Matrix and everything. And then the really crappy part about these is there is one of these, I think it's Onyx Prime. Onyx Prime. He is only available with Predaking, so it's kind of difficult to get all of them. A lot of them had 2 releases, like a lot of them came like solo packs, like these guys, and then some of them came. A couple of them came with that Throne of the Primes, and then a couple of them came with Throne of the Primes, but the one that didn't is the one that came with Predaking. So like if you want the last Matrix core, you have to get the Predaking one. You can also stick these inside Grimlock's mouth on Volcanicus. You can use these as like Volcanicus power things, which I believe what's really cool is Mio has a Volcanicus combiner. She has the Power of the Primes Volcanicus, and both of her cards that she has for her figures are both Prima Dinobots. So it's really cool that like and I should get the hands and feet upgrade for that, so that way we can do some like Prima Grimlock and whatnot. It'd be cool for like me and her, but to do, just because like I have the Prima core. But yeah, these are neat. They're fun. They're interesting. I don't have very many of these, but having 3 of them is kind of cool. Especially since their accessories go with the figures I already had in my collection. And these are, I just never got to experience this part of the fandom per se. I never got to partake of this part of the toy line before, because I wasn't collecting at the time. So these are cool. And I quite like them. They are very, very neat little additions, and I will 100% find somewhere to put them. I don't know if I'm going to try and track down the other 10, mainly because of the Predaking one is very difficult to get. I imagine the rest of them actually aren't all that tough to get, because I imagine there's a lot of people who have like 3 of them just kicking around, or a couple of them just kicking around, and really the only people who care about it. Like the big one to get would be the Throne of the Prime set, and even then that would double up on my Primas. So I think it really just comes down to knowing the right people. So maybe I'll try and track down the other ones just so I have all 13, but I don't know. Luke had a ton sitting around. Maybe I think he sold off most of them, but I'll message him and see if he has other ones. But a lot of the solo pack ones are kind of whatever. But yeah, these are neat. I like Titan Masters. They were a big gimmick that I was really into. I think that's really just about it as far as like new stuff that I got. That's really it, other than things I don't want to talk about because I'm going to review them. Give me Metal Hawk for free. The Metal Hawk one is really, really cool. I like it. I mean, Vector Prime is probably like one of the most desirable ones. There's the Alpha Trion one too. That's pretty cool. But the Vector Prime one looks really, really nice in the blue and red. I will say that none of these really like scream, like this doesn't really scream Vector Prime to me. And same with like, this isn't really look like Liege Maximo to me. So like I don't. They're kind of just weird little things. Buying 2 of the same updated Pretender characters, kind of like the Dino Force did in Victory. 2 of the same updated Pretender characters, like Dino Force did in Victory. I don't get that. For like Monstructor, just get the Fans Project Monstructor, easy. But yeah, oh, hang on, let me adjust. There we go. I can talk about that for a hot second, if we're all just hanging out here. Let me move aside some stuff. I will bring back Rail Racer for a hot moment. Metal Hawk and the Power of the Prime Vector Prime are kind of in scale. Yeah, dude, they really are. I was just talking about that. This is fantastic. I actually haven't seen, and we'll transform him right here just for now, because like I'll show this off because now he's all complete. So, show off Hoist. Oh my God, get out! I show off Hoist all the time. All right, so let's get the arms flipped out. Fold this up. And there we go. There's Midnight Express, all leg. Man is 90% leg. But there he is. He's complete. He went from one arm, no head, to both arms and head with flap. So really happy with that. And then we can make him into a train. Bro built like Pixar mom. Lamau. Yeah, I get why these heads actually get lost really easily, because they pop off stupid easy. Alright. Let's see. Flip that back. Fold up the arms. Fold up the arms. Rotate the leg. Fold that around. I got the... Oh, nice. That's very nice. Alright. I have to make my way up to Joplin again, see if they got anything new after Black Friday. Tuck that in. And slide that up. And so now... Oh, I popped off the arm. There we go. And then this folds up like that. There we go. There is Midnight Express in his completed vehicle mode. And this is actually like cobbled together out of a couple Midnight Expresses. So that's, you know, fun. I'll have to see. Is this a bootleg one? I have to look. Hang on. Hold up. Or they like that on both. Whoa, that's... Okay. That's interesting. So one of the Midnight Expresses I got, one has gray windows, and the other one has these silver light blue windows. That's interesting. That's really interesting. You can see it. The front ends are the same with the gray windows, but the side windows have like this metallic, and then the center ones, I might have to replace these center parts then with these ones. I'm gonna have to get and see if I can clean off those yellow marks on top. There's some yellow marking on top of this. I'm gonna have to see if I can clean that up so I can use these, so that way it all matches. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't realize there was a change like that on these. Is that the same thing on this guy? Yeah, look at that. This has the other rail spike I got. No silver in the things. Silver in the other one. Is this one like a... Is this just a knockoff? Is this a KO Rail Racer? Did I buy a KO Rail Racer? Oh my god, that's gonna suck. I mean, like, it's not the end of the world, but it's one of those things. It's like, what the heck? What happened? How did it end up like that? That's insane. I didn't... Either there was a running change or... Oh. Yeah, I see how these parts get lost. They just fall off. You try and transform it. Oh, it falls off. Yeah, see, look, it literally pulled the arm off just from extending the leg. Okay. Let me get him back into his leg mode. That is very suspicious. I guess something to look out for if you guys are ever hunting down rail racers. See if it has they have silver. There's 2 variations of Team Bullet Train. Yeah, I know there's the Japanese one and there's the American one where it has clear windshields. But I didn't know that there was a variation among the American one. The silver windshields I got from... This one came from eBay. The Midnight Express with silver windshields came from eBay, whereas the gray one and the rail spike with no painted windows, that came from the flea market. Not the flea market, the toy store in Joplin. The rail spike with the painted windows, that came from my friend, who had it in like his childhood toy box. So that makes me somewhat concerned. There's also a stress mark. No, there's not. That's just mold flash. Yeah, that's very interesting to me. Either there was a running change or it could be a potential bootleg of some variety. I mean, it feels fine. It doesn't feel bad. It's just one of those things where it's like, huh, that's I didn't realize that they look different. Makes me somewhat upset. I will probably just have to go back through that with either some stickers or something, and I'll just use the other ones. I'll just clean up the other one. That is interesting, though. Live find on camera. Live find on camera. Where'd that other Midnight Express part go? I'm actually gonna... I like to... Magic Eraser is actually really good at getting that kind of stuff off, which is what I'm using now to clean that up. And then I'll go back through and reassemble this. I got new bots video. I got scammed. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't really put it past that store. They're not saying they're not reputable. I'm just saying they don't really know what they got. They have like one guy for like each individual thing, and I'm pretty sure he's not the brightest tool in the shed. But I am getting a free crasher from them, so... I am getting a free crasher from them, so... But yeah. Put that Midnight Express away. Alright! Move Rail Spike out of the way. Not Rail Spike, Midnight... Rail Racer. Let's talk about this really quick. So... I did do a video on Skybite. I did a video on Skybite a week or so ago, and I was pretty happy with how it turned out. It's not my favorite video. I do want to do like a full, like how I normally do reviews. I want to do one of those, but for this one, and some of you might be saying, oh, well, you already reviewed that one. Ooh, Trainbots, Scourge, and Skybite, that's him. New here. Oh, hey, welcome, Omega Sus. But yeah, Skybite here, which yeah, I did a review on Skybite, but this one is a little more special because it is the Takara version. I put my American one in the Takara box because I didn't have a better spot to store that without it falling apart. What's up, Treebot? So there's actually, and before I do the review on this, I'll give you guys kind of a sneak look at this, just because it's kind of cool how few differences there are between this one and the American one. And I think I was talking to Piggy about it last night. So actually, most of the paint apps in Shark mode are there. So like you have the silver gradient on the leg, which is right there. The big difference on that piece is these silver squares are covered in or colored in. And then a lot of this white, this like off white shark color is just regular gray on him. Other than that, the biggest difference is the whole thing is molded in this metallic, very swirly metallic blue, which makes me somewhat frightened, but at the same time, I'm not too worried about it. This thing has held up longer than the American one, so I've transformed this 5 or 6 times, which is like, you know, more than the other one did. The other one survived one transformation and then broke. So the biggest difference is the shark head and this gray stripe on the back. So you'll see that the American one has this gray stripe on the back. On the Takara one, that gray stripe is straight up blue. It's the same blue as the rest of the figure. And then the shark head, instead of being this shocking bright blue that the shark head is, it's still that same dark metallic blue, and then he has the asymmetrical coloring. So he has the metallic light blue on one side and then the silver on the other side, to make it look like his asymmetric shark face from the Car Robots anime, which is really, really nice. The heads are almost identical. There's actually not that many coloring differences between the two figures. They're very, very similar. It's super, super, it's super, super nice. I really like this one. The yellows, or the yellow-orange that he kind of is about the same between the two. The gray is slightly lighter on this one. And then, like I said, and then the blue is obviously darker. And there's like, this is painted silver instead of just being left gray. There's not really much else. That's really it. They're actually very similar. The box for this guy is also amazing. I love that artwork of Skybite on the side. It looks fantastic. And the pictures on the back are also absolutely amazing. I love these. And I know that there is a Thrilling 30s or like a Generation Scourge that's based off like that deluxe class Laser Prime. It would look so bad next to Skybite. I know it would, because Skybite would just tower over it, which him and Scourge are supposed to be roughly the same size. Like, according to the anime, they're about the same size, and here they are about the same size. I think Scourge is just a little shorter from the head. Yeah, you can see Skybite kind of looming over him just a bit, but like head to head, they're about the same size. Like fin to shoulder, they're almost the same height, which is a true jellyfish, dude. That's what a reference. What a reference, the jellyfish. I have the what is he? The it's not a flounder. I don't know, but the other fish. I have him here, which I think this works. Like I don't know. It's something about like having all the mishmashed like RID characters kind of reminds me of the old toy line to a vast degree, because the toy line itself was made up of like a little bit of everything. And so like whenever I have these guys on the shelf, it's like, oh, you have, you know, Thrilling 30 and Classics and Legacy, and then in some cases, because they don't make new ones, you have to get the original ones. So like it kind of all still works together. Like all of them still work as one aesthetic, which is kind of crazy, because the aesthetic for RID is all over the place as far as the toy line goes. So I have no problem like putting this Skybite next to like my Megatron and everything. And speaking of, like obviously there he is with Scourge, and hopefully when I get my, hopefully soon I'll be able to get the Iron Factory Ruination. I've been trying to get one for some time. It's just a case of, you know, kind of some financial issues, which, hey, if you want to help out, I have a Patreon. I remember a rivalry him with the Decepticon leader to replace him, the simp bot who simps on non-transformer. Yep. But yeah, Scourge looks amazing, and I'm really excited to get the Iron Factory Ruination. Eventually, I will have to see if I can get one of those. But I'm really excited for that Ruination because it's apparently about the same size as Rail Racer. It's which hang on, I will check right now because it is the same size. It's the same size as Six Shot, as Titans Return Six Shot is the same height. Almost 1-to-1 the same height. So let me get Six Shot and we'll compare real quick. I'll also grab like Megatron and things. I'll show this off next to that because I think that's a really important thing to see whenever talking about Skybite. Gonna knock over like half my Decepticon Headmasters. Oh. Okay. Not I lost all my earnings and have devolved into eating dust and shirt buttons because I financially support your Patreon, but it is worth it. Thank you. Don't tell people it's not true. Quickly tell them it's not true. So I'll grab Six Shot, there's Six Shot. There is Takara. Not Takara Six Shot, the normal one. Real life testimonial. No, Rain, no! Let's move Skybite for a moment. And we'll stand up Rail Racer. Yeah, so they are right about the same size. Six Shot's a little shorter than Rail Racer, but that is still a height. I just had Bruticus together. I could have gotten a photo. Oh, no. This is the Iron Factory. The Iron Factory version, not the Unite Warriors one. But yeah, the Unite Warriors one is about the same size as Six Shot is. And yeah, so them next to each other, like that's a height difference that I can live with for Ruination. And then of course, like, you know, he's still going to be bigger than Scourge. And I think that this size for a combiner works. Like, I'm okay with that. That's going to work out fairly well in my collection. So I'm happy enough with that. Get Six Shot down. I haven't had Six Shot out. I might, now that he's out from the back, actually might pick this up. I actually got him for a really good price. I think I got him for $60. Like, I think I got him for almost retail, so I was pretty happy with this. Might review him. Might once my throat feels a little better. But let's look at Skybite with the original Predacons. Yeah, I think I got him for 50 or 60, somewhere in there. Legend one for 100. That's really good. That's really good. So there is Megatron. Let me move Rail Racer. Get Rail Racer out of the shot. Eventually, I'll review him once I have all of them. And then Iron Factory looks good. I want to add Combiner Wars Viper to Ruination, so I have. Oh, well, good luck. They're like $500. And there we get Skybite, who's a little on the tall side when compared to the the original ones. Like even for a Voyager, like he's really tall for a Voyager. Even for Thrilling 30s, he's tall. Let's bring these guys in. Dark Scream and Slapper and Gas Skunk. Viper looks awesome. I'd rather have Override online. He's lucky. What's Override? But yeah, there they are. They all, and this looks so good to me. This is just absolutely fantastic. I love these guys. It does suck that we're probably never going to get new Stooges. We're probably never getting new Gas Skunk, Darkscream, and Slapper. Like Megatron, we might get him just with less modes. But and like Skybite, we'll probably get a new Skybite at some point. But just like these three, we're never getting new ones of, and I could see them never doing another RID Megatron. I was actually talking to someone recently, and like they could probably do a reissue of this. It'd probably be like Commander price for the reissue. just because of like the insanity that is the engineering and parts count on this guy. And it wouldn't have the chrome, I imagine it'd be a little different. So maybe it'd be slightly better. But yeah, they could probably reissue that. I bet they still have the CAD files for this, which is insane to think about. But having talked to a friend who worked on the BotCon Transmetal 3 Megatron, it seems like they might still have, Hasbro might still have the yeah, everyone can get, you can get Override at Ross right now. It seems like they might still have the CAD files for this Megatron, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, no, all of these guys look absolutely fantastic together. They're just, and it makes me so happy to have all, like, I'm not a big Beasts enjoyer. Like, I don't really like the Beast Wars side of Transformers, but like all these dudes hanging out, like the RID bad guys are so cool. And they're such a small team because it's really just like these 5, Scourge, and then Ruination. And then Ruination being the most difficult one to acquire, in my opinion, because like these 3 are pretty easy to get, I think. Maybe not the Takara one, but you can find Skybite. He's a little pricey online, but you can find Skybite. And then Scourge, you can find him at Ross right now. Megatron, you can get, I got mine for 40. I got my Megatron complete for 40, which is pretty good for this guy. These ones can get pretty pricey, and then Ruination, depending which one you go for, is ridiculous, because you can go for an original one, or you can go for Unite Warriors, or you can go for Iron Factory. I really hope that if we see Bruticus in Legacy, or whatever comes after Legacy, that that Bruticus is recolored into Ruination. I'm really tired of G2 Bruticus, so it'd be really nice if they went the off direction and did another RID character. I think that would be absolutely spectacular. But yeah, this setup is just gorgeous. I love it. Now my entire RID shelf is off the shelf. Since we did the bad guy shot, we can do a good guy shot too. So let me get all the good guys. Only Predacons, Decepticons against the Autobots, the build team, and train bots. I really don't care for build team. I'm not gonna lie. I think build team is lame. There's actually a knockoff of the build team in Devastator colors on AliExpress that you can get, and he's like $20. I do have some spy changers. I should have dug them out. I should have dug out the spy changers to put on the RID shelf, and I still might. I just have to go get them. They're downstairs. They're in the basement in a box. And they're all honestly not really great. I do have a Spy Changers Laser Optimus, which is pretty cool. I want to get a Spy Changers Scourge just because I really like Scourge, and I'd like to get the Spy Changers version. I was gonna get the Titans Return Scourge for a really long time, and then I ended up not because they came out with Legacy Scourge, and I think he's way better. But something crappy happened last night. I scratched Scourge's faceplate. I don't know if it comes up on camera, but there's a little scuff on his mouth plate now, so I'm probably gonna have to get a chrome pen and chrome up his mouth plate at some point. I really like Scourge though. He's one of my favorite Legacy figures. But yeah, we'll do a good guy shot of all the Autobots from RID that I have. There we go. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. I don't really care for the Autobots. They don't make a lot of Autobots from RID either. They just don't come up. Yeah, sure, it's like, oh, we can go for the original ones. The problem with that is I've already got Collectors Club Sideburn, and they don't make like updated versions of the other ones. Now I could go Universe Prowl, and I'd be okay with that. X-Brawn is the tough one because they don't really make a modern X-Brawn. So that's like the big reason I haven't gone for the other ones. And then Towline, he just popped up out of nowhere in Legacy, just like, hey, how you doing? I'm here now. Out of all the things they could have done, they made RID Towline. 6 Autobots. That isn't bad. Yeah, I mean, I get. Well, okay. So you say 6. It's really just 3 because it's really 5 because Rapid Run, the centerpiece of Midnight Express, doesn't have his head or his weapon. Like, he's totally incomplete and totally knackered. So he's literally just an accessory that lets those two combine right now. He's not like a full character. Unlike Midnight Express, who finally got his missing pieces, and then Railspike, who's been complete. And then this guy, I don't know what it is with my Autobots and being broken, but like all my RID Autobots have been busted because this one had the broken hip, and then I got it and replaced it, and then that one he's Theseus's rail racer. But yeah, like I'm also pretty sure that this head exists purely on this mold, so that way whenever Mark finally gets his Machine Wars capsule, he can be like, guys, we already have the head for it. We already have the head for Hoist. Let's do Machine Wars Hoist in the capsule. We already have the head for it. Which is pretty funny. Because yeah, if you don't know, Hubcap and RID shares a mold with Machine Wars Hoist. And if you've watched my channel at all, you should be very familiar with Machine Wars Hoist. So there's Hoist. There you go, Mio. There's Hoist. And a Hoist alike. Keep having to pass him up for other Transformers. If he goes on sale, he's really good. Mine has a loose leg, and I've heard that this is a pretty big problem on everyone's, is that his leg is loose. But I mean, like, his colors are nice. He's a fun character. I think he looks the best out of all the Junkions. I think out of the 3 characters that use this engineering, that being Axle Grease and Scrap Hook and Toadline, I think Toadline looks the best and wears the mold the best. I just like him the most. And it's not even because he's an RID character. I just think this is the best color scheme and the better head. He'll go on December clearance. His Hall model, yeah. I actually think Target has a 20% off toys right now. I actually think they do. So you can get him for a little under. I think so. If he's running 20% off, you can get him for about $23. 23, $22, which is still a little high. But I mean, yeah, he'll be on clearance at some point. They do for Transformers and an additional $10 off toys over $50. Oh, so yeah. So yeah, if you want to get him right now at like a slight discount, you can. And I think he's totally worth it. He's really fun, and you can see, like, you can totally put the hook on his back, just like the original mold. You can have the hook on the back, which is nice. Like, he's a good toy. He's fun. I will say that. He's really fun to pose, and he definitely looks really good with the other RID Autobots, and he looks great on my RID shelf. I almost forgot that I had him. Saw him in Target last time, but got Studio Series Brawn. Okay. I mean, if you like Brawn, I don't like Brawn, so I like Bumblebee Brawn. I have that one. He's pretty cool. But yeah, these guys are great. I don't know what it is about this. I love the sideburn on this mold. Like, I don't like this mold as Hot Rod very much anymore. But like, this a sideburn works really, really well for me. So, if they do Legacy sideburn, which I'm pretty sure they are, we have Shadow Striker. I'm probably just gonna skip it and just keep this guy. I say that, and then I'm gonna get Legacy sideburn because I'm gonna have like a coupon or something. But yeah, yeah, that's the Autobots. Boop. Get Rail Racer out of there. Is there anything else that I really want to talk about? I don't think there's anything else. I think we've really shown off everything that I got. We showed off the Prime Masters I got today. We showed off the new Rail Racer part, finishing that up. So, and we showed off the Micromasters I got today. So overall, I mean, I think it was a pretty neat little haul of figures. I'm really happy with the Decepticon Military Patrol. They're super, super cool, and they look really fun. I can't wait to add them to Donut Town. Oh my gosh, Growl, please. Alright, whatever. Like I said, the Prime Masters are neat little additions. No link in bio? No, there's a bio for bots. In most of my videos, there's a Bots Obsession Discord link. I don't know why it wouldn't be in this one. Might end up cheating on my Earthrise Prime with the new Studio Series 86 Prime. Oh, the Commander class one? Who knows? Who knows? I want to see it before I make any decisions. But yeah, overall, pretty good little haul. Little just quick and cheap little haul. I say cheap. The the Prime Masters were $10 a piece. These were $10, and then that was $10. So it was like $40 for the whole thing, which is kind of more than I want to admit for little dinky guys like this, but it wasn't too bad. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. There's a link in my description for the Patreon and for the Discord, so if you feel like supporting the channel, feel like helping me out, that is available for you. I will you know what, I'll just throw it in chat. I'll just throw the Discord, I'll throw the Discord link and the Patreon link in chat real quick, because it's super easy. Let me doop boop. That is so weird. There we go. There's the Discord link, and we'll throw the Patreon link in there too. Why not? I do every so often post Patreon exclusive content on my Patreon. I'm trying to do one Patreon exclusive video per month. So if you feel like, you know, seeing those exclusive videos, and I also started doing galleries, so I'll take photos of figures and post them on my Patreon. You can totally check that out. They're all on my Patreon. I'm not super active on it. We do have I have a chat on my Patreon, so if you want to interact with me directly, I'm also in my Discord and whatnot. Yeah, there's all sorts of things that I say. There's all sorts of things. It's not crazy, but it's also only $1 or $5 a month, whatever you feel like. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.